Long ago, the world consisted of three main factions: the humans, the fairies, and the Elaines.
These three factions lived in unison with one another and their respective leaders. The noble, the queen, and the paro were always collaborating and providing for one another to maintain the peace.
Eventually, the human faction began to grow and develop as a society. As a result, they required more land and resources, to which the fairy and Elaine factions were happy to provide.
The three nations were still on good terms and willing to collaborate, until tragedy struck, and the noble in Noel's family had passed.
The nature of their passing was kept under wraps, and to this day the public still doesn't know what really happened that night.
But with the only heir to the noble throne now gone, the noble's right-hand man was left to fill in the role.
Once this happened, things took a turn for the worst. The new noble started to slowly turn his people against the other factions, and started doing things behind their back, such as giving his people extremely easy access to all kinds of weaponry.
The human faction began growing faster than ever before, and as a result, the noble was planning to attack the fairy faction and claim their land and resources.
And then, the fairy nation disappeared.
Nobody really knows what happened to the fairies. Some say the noble went through with his attack and was successful.
Others say that the fairy queen foresaw the attack, and they went into hiding.
One thing that's for certain is that the noble wasted no time claiming all the new vacant land. Well, all but a small section of the forest, in the center of the land.
Nobody who's gone into that forest has ever come back out.
People who believe that the fairies are still out there claim that this is their work. The more common theory is that there's a beast within the forest, feasting on those who dare enter.
Whatever the truth may be, it was enough to stop most people from ever entering.
With the fairy faction now gone, the noble wasted no time in taking advantage of his power.
And the Poro, in fear of him attempting to eliminate the Elaine faction, reluctantly submitted to the noble's new power.
The propaganda that was slowly being released by the noble over the years has now turned his people against their once allies.
Violence between the two factions only grew, and the Elaines were now considered to be the lower class in the now merged societies.
With a constant segregation, the paro can no longer sit back and watch her people be mistreated like this. She has to take action.
And that is where our story begins.
If you wish to further support the show and those involved, consider becoming a patron. All funds go to paying the cast for their work, and you also get some cool bonuses. Further information in the description. Also in the description are links to the social medias where you can find the rest of the cast. These people are a dream to work with, and they deserve all the credit for bringing Noble Blood to life. Thanks, guys.